Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're like me, you've been watching this offseason with a mix of excitement and curiosity. The Cleveland Browns have been shaping up to be one of the most intriguing teams heading into this NFL season, especially when it comes to their quarterback position. And this year, there's a fresh face in camp that's turning a lot of heads, Shedeur Sanders. Yes, that's right, the young quarterback and son of the legendary Deion Sanders, now trying to carve out his place in the NFL, specifically here in Cleveland. But it's not just about him. It's about what this means for the Browns and their ongoing quest to get back to the Super Bowl, a journey that's been filled with ups and downs, but remains full of promise. Right now, Shedeur Sanders is spending his first NFL training camp fighting for a spot on the Browns' very competitive and deep quarterback roster. And folks, if you've been paying close attention, you've seen that the vast majority of the first-team practice reps are going to veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. That's no coincidence. Those guys are experienced, seasoned, and established in this league. But what about Sanders? Well, he's been practicing with the backups alongside fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly what you want to see if you're a young quarterback aiming for the top. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Why isn't Sanders getting a shot with the first team? Is he already falling behind? Well, that's a fair thought, but the reality is a lot more nuanced. Recently, Sanders sat down with the Cleveland media, and when asked why he hasn't been getting snaps with the starters, he offered a response that really shows his mindset. And it's not what you might expect. Instead of showing frustration, Sanders was remarkably composed and mature. He said, "I don't think that's not my place to answer that. To even be able to get the answer to that, I feel like it's not in my control, so I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why that is. There's a lot of people who want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. Whenever that is, it is." That kind of attitude, folks, is exactly what you want from a young player. It's about patience, humility, and trust in the process. Sanders recognizes that if he plays at a level that makes sense for him to get those first-team reps, the coaches will notice, and they'll make the decision. It's a smart approach, especially in this league where the mental game can be just as important as the physical skills. But let's talk about what this means for Cleveland. The Browns are in a unique situation this summer. They've got a veteran in Joe Flacco, who's been around the league and provides stability and leadership, and they have Kenny Pickett, a talented and promising young quarterback who's been given the chance to lead this team. And now, with Sanders in the picture, the battle is heating up. It's not just about who's the backup, it's about who's going to be the future of this franchise. And Cleveland fans, you know how important the quarterback position is. It's the engine that drives the team. When you look at the Browns' recent history, they've had moments of promise but also struggles, especially at the quarterback spot. Baker Mayfield's departure left a void, and even with the additions of Deshaun Watson, there's always that question mark about consistency and health. So having a rookie like Sanders with his pedigree and potential adds an exciting element of competition and hope. But what about Sanders himself? Well, he's coming into this with a fresh perspective. Being a fifth-round pick, he's not necessarily seen as an immediate starter, but that's also part of the story. Sometimes, players like him use that as motivation, knowing that they have to prove themselves every day on the practice field. And from what we see so far, Sanders is doing just that. He's working hard, learning from the veterans, and trying to improve his game in every aspect. It's worth noting that he's also been showing flashes of talent, arm strength, and decision-making that could, with time and development, make him a legitimate option for the Browns in the future. Now, the quarterback competition in Cleveland isn't just a summer narrative, it's a long-term story. The Browns have always been a team with a strong roster, especially on the defensive side and in the skill positions. But the quarterback position has been a bit of a roller coaster. With Deshaun Watson's arrival, they hope to find stability, but injuries and inconsistency have kept the team from reaching its full potential. And that's where Sanders' journey becomes even more interesting. If he manages to develop quickly and outperform expectations, he could become a dark horse candidate for the backup role or even push for more if given the chance. This summer is crucial for Sanders. It's about showing the coaching staff that he's adaptable, that he can handle the pressure of NFL-level competition, and that he's got the leadership qualities necessary to thrive in this league. He's been working diligently, absorbing the playbook, and trying to elevate his game every day at camp. And for Browns fans, it's exciting to watch a young player with such a positive attitude and a desire to succeed. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The Cleveland Browns are a team with a proud history, a passionate fan base, and a clear window of opportunity to make a deep playoff run. They've invested heavily in their roster, especially on defense with stars like Myles Garrett, and on offense with talented skill players. But the quarterback position still remains a question mark, and that's why this summer's developments are so critical. If Sanders can ever tap into his potential, if he can show that he belongs at this level, it could alter the entire trajectory of the franchise in the coming years. Looking ahead, Browns fans, it's going to be fascinating to see how this competition unfolds. Will Sanders continue to work behind the scenes, learning and growing? Will he get a shot to show what he can do in preseason games? Or will the veteran leadership of Flacco and the promise of Pickett keep them ahead for now? Whatever happens, this camp is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory for the Browns. It's about more than just wins and losses right now. It's about the future, about development, and about hope. And honestly, that's what makes following this team so special. The potential is there, and the story of Sanders is just one chapter in the ongoing saga of the Cleveland Browns trying to reclaim their rightful place among NFL elites. The passion, the talent, the effort, it's all there, and the summer will tell us a lot about where this team is headed. Now, as we keep an eye on training camp, keep your ears open for updates on Sanders, Flacco, and Pickett. The quarterback battle is ongoing, and every practice, every snap, every decision matters. Cleveland fans, you've seen the ups and downs, the heartbreaks and the triumphs, and this season feels different. There's a fresh energy, a sense of possibility, and young talents like Sanders could be the key to unlocking something really special in 2024. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Browns fans, stay tuned. Keep supporting your team, keep the faith alive, and get ready for an exciting season. The quarterback battle is just heating up, and every day at camp brings new stories, new challenges, and new possibilities. Shedeur Sanders' journey is just beginning, but it could end up being one of the most compelling stories of this NFL year. Remember, the future is always bright in Cleveland when you have a passionate fan base and players who refuse to give up. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Sanders' performance so far? Do you believe he has what it takes to challenge the veterans and earn that starting spot someday? Or do you think the Browns should stick with Flacco and Pickett for now? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Until then, keep the passion alive, and let's see where this exciting journey takes us.